this question of who am I? Where do I fit in? What am I? Like, I always question that. What is that one thing that I can do effortlessly without even trying? That one thing. And I wanted to find it that bad. I wanted to wake up in the morning knowing that this is the one thing that I was born to do. This is the one thing that I can definitely do. Hi guys, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. Finally, after procrastinating forever, like forever, ever. Joking. But after a long time of procrastinating, I've decided, you know what? Do it scared, just do it anyway. Everything I've ever done, I've done scared anyway. I'm sure you're sitting here wondering, who the hell are you? Who is this girl? Who are you? Well, that's why I did a get to know me video, to tell you all about who I am. And then let's take it from there. So I've got a couple of questions that I'm going to be going through and giving you a bit of who I am. And hopefully at the end of this video, you'll be willing to subscribe and get to know me better. So, what is your full name? My name is Zanele Louisa Manto. That is my name. Well, that includes my middle name, right? That's the next question. What is your second name or your middle name? My middle name is Louisa. What is the meaning of my name? Zanele is a name typically given to a last born child. Basically, the parents are like, we have had it. Enough. If you really directly translate it, it's enough, really. But I always say my name means content. My parents were content. They were fulfilled. They were like, we are done. We are content with the kids we have. Up to you how you interpret your own name. But personally, my name means content. Like, I am content with what I have. Okay? Anything else, that's totally up to you. Who gave me my name? My mom did. My mom had 4 girls. I'm the last born of 4 girls. So she was like, girl, I'm good. It's enough. So that's the, I wasn't named after anybody in particular. It's a name that she gave me. When and where were you born? I was born on the 29th of February. I have a birthday once every 4 years. You can only imagine the questions I get all the time. So how old are you? Are you like 4? Oh, how old are you? You must be like 2. I'm like, do the maths. It ain't mathing. There's no way I can be 4. But to correct the people, I am 8.75 leap years old. I'm 8 3/4 old, basically. Yeah, we can do the maths later, not now. But I am technically 35 years old, and I was born on a leap year. And let's see, where are you from? It's always such a deep question if you are a person like me who's traveled. So I was born in Garankuwa Hospital, which is northwestish or north of Pretoria. I was born in Garankuwa, lived briefly in Mamelodi. Then I grew up partially in Mpumalanga, in a place called KwaNdebele, eThembalethu. That's my father's house. That's where he is located, basically. Then I relocated again and moved to a different area. So when you ask me the question of where are you from, the quickest answer for me to give is I'm from Pretoria. It's just to cut the long ass conversation. Like it's a long conversation, you know? So now it's like I'm from Pretoria. In summary, I was born in Garankuwa. We leave it at that. But yeah, I grew up very nomadic, man. I lived in many places. And those are stories I can tell you, hey, some other time. Where did you grow up? After I had just said, that's a story for another day. I grew up in various places, but mostly between Tembisa and Pretoria. In summary, if I summarize the places I've been in longer than a year, that would be Tembisa and Pretoria. And I've spent most of my life, let's just say from 14 years old, I've been in Pretoria. So that's my hood. That's where I'm from, Kingwanyana, Pretoria. Who were your childhood idols? I don't know. I can't remember. But I do know that I love Destiny's Child. And I love Beyonce from day one. You know? But yeah, I'd say Beyonce. What are your hobbies? My hobbies are making clothes, sewing. That is something I love with all my heart. Anytime I have nothing to do, guaranteed, you'll find me in front of the sewing machine. I love sewing, guys. I love it. How many pairs of shoes do you own? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. 20, 30? I don't know. I've got a lot of shoes. That's all I know. What did you want to be when you were a kid? Funny story. I always say, growing up, I don't remember what I wanted to be, but I do remember the things I was doing, like cutting up clothes and restitching them to make something else. So I would cut up my jeans and make them into a skirt. Like there were various things that I would do in that nature. And one friend of mine, I call her Dash Gang, Lebogang. Lebu always says, but Zan, you've always wanted to be a fashion designer. My mom says when I was 14, I told her I wanted to be a fashion designer. I don't remember this, but apparently it happened. So yeah, growing up, what did I want to do? I wanted to be a fashion designer. But you know the pressure of growing up and thinking fashion designers don't make money, etc. I then had a fallback plan to become a chartered accountant because I was really, really good at accounting. So I always thought, you know what, I killed the accounting. And I feel like that is another dream that was influenced by my high school friend, you know, Rabitz Pasha. She influenced that dream. So personally, I've been a creative. I've always created something. When I'm with my mom, I used to make little teddy bears. I used to make little hard cushions. I used to cut up dresses, make them into skirts, cut up pants, make them into skirts, you know. So I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. Which was your favorite class in school? Accounting. I was very good in accounting. Absolutely love it. Who was your favorite teacher in school? I've got two. In primary, it has to be my grade 1 teacher, Mrs. Mandy McPhail. I don't know why I still remember that woman's name. That was my grade 1 teacher, guys. Grade 1. I had such a great relationship with her that I used to call her. Like, even when I was in grade 5, grade 6, and I was in a different school, I would call her and tell her everything that was happening in school. Like, I absolutely loved that teacher, hey? She literally created that foundation for me. And then in high school, oh, I've got 3 favorites. In high school, I have Mrs. Kutsia. Mrs. Kutsia was my accounting teacher. Absolutely loved that woman. She had a way of explaining accounting in a way that fully made sense. The best teacher ever. Like she had less rules in her class. We could eat in her class. Maybe that's why I loved her. It's the eating part. Um, and then I also loved my English teacher, Mrs. Pereira. Aish, that woman, she was everything and more. Love, 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 love. What do you like about yourself? That is such a difficult question. What do I like about myself? I think I like the fact that nothing is ever too much to take on. No matter what it may be, I will find a way around it. I'm a solution orientated person. So even when things seem like they're impossible and there's no solution, some way, somehow, I'll always find a solution to it. And I also like the fact that I'm very adaptable. I adapt to any situation. I'll meet people today, and when I leave, I think we'll all be convinced that we're friends. Not that we are, but we will be convinced that we are friends. When was the last time you cried? Was it yesterday? Yeah. I am a crybaby. I am. And I've got this hard exterior. When people look at me, they assume that, strong girl. But you can say something really, really nice to me. It is horrible, honestly speaking. I am very, very sensitive. I am. I am very sensitive. I cry easily. I can watch a movie and see, something in a character that makes me cry. So I cry very easily. It takes a lot out of me not to cry. Like I have to convince myself, don't cry. There's no point in it. Don't cry. Don't do it. That's me. What is your favorite color? To be honest, my favorite color has always been black. I don't know why. Because my surname means black. Mrs. Black. Zan Black. Yeah, my favorite color is black. That's always been my favorite color. But what I'm doing now is I'm stepping away from the favorite color thing, because what had happened was, right, I got to a point where my entire corporate wardrobe was black. And I felt like it doesn't resemble my personality in any way. Why would I have a wardrobe that is only black? But black works, right? So that used to be me. Now it's not me as much anymore, because I try and step into color, and I found that there's some colors that suit me. Let's see. What is your favorite beverage? Water. For real. Water. The reason my favorite beverage is water is I don't drink alcohol. I can't drink alcohol because alcohol makes me the opposite of the normal me. Normally, I am a very chill person. I'm bubbly. I'm friendly. I talk to people. But when I drink alcohol, all I want to do is sleep. Like, what's the point and purpose of drinking something that is going to make me want to sleep all the time? And I don't like the feeling that people get, or the feeling I get after drinking alcohol. I don't like feeling out of control. I like being in control of my actions, my emotions, my reaction. OCD much. That's me. And I feel like alcohol does the opposite. And I don't like it. So yeah, my favorite drink is water. What is your current favorite song? Current. I don't know. The most last current I remember. The most last current song I remember is probably Sete by KO. That's the last current song I remember. I don't remember any other song. I'm very old school music. What is your all-time favorite song? My Endless Love by Luther Vandross. That song has a story. That song has a story. I remember in 2006 when I met my now husband. Um, it was already my favorite song, right? So he was busy shelling, he was busy asking me out, and I had no interest in dating him. And on the 13th of September 2006, his phone rang while he was in my presence. We were friends. When his phone rang, the song that played as his ringtone was My Endless Love. And in that moment, I don't know, the song took over, the emotions took over. I was like, okay, I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance. I don't know. It was a silly thing like that made me say yes eventually, right? But I'll tell you the whole story one day of how we started dating. But that's partially how it started. That song was the fuel we needed to get us there. So that's my all-time favorite song. Which is your favorite movie? My favorite movie is The Devil Wears Prada. Man, it's fashion, fashion, fashion all the way. I love it. Somehow I feel like how people perceive me and see me is kind of like that Miranda Priestley vibes, because I can be very, very serious. But I love that movie. Yeah. Favorite book, which is my favorite book? My favorite book has to be The Alchemist. I think after reading The Alchemist, I almost had like an epiphany. Things changed in my world, like for real. I don't know if it's because I submerged myself into that book so much. I finished reading that book in 8 hours. I read that book in the year that I turned 29. After reading that book, right, I think my biggest realization from The Alchemist was everything that you are looking for, everything that you are searching for, in order for you to find yourself, is already within you, you know? And I've always wanted to be, okay, I said a fashion designer, but I've always wanted to be on radio. I've wanted to be an actress. Now I'm like, whatever. Like I had a whole lot of things I wanted to do. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be on radio. I wanted to be a fashion designer. And at some point, after reading The Alchemist, literally after reading that book, I started becoming conscious of saying, okay, cool. What is my purpose? Like intentionally. What is my purpose? What is it that I want to do with my life? It's not after I turned 29, actually. It's the year just before I turned 29. It was that year where I was turning 29, leaving my 20s, going into my 30s. And I was genuinely curious. What is my purpose? What am I meant to be doing with my life? After reading that book, I started being deliberate about certain things, right? I've always wanted a sewing machine. So I decided I'm going to buy it. And I went and bought a sewing machine, you know? Um, Today I own a fashion business because of The Alchemist. It's called @ZenBlackOfficial on Instagram. I'll tell you all about Zen Black Official. I started doing voice recordings, sending it to people hooking me up with people in the radio industry, starting to have conversations with people because I genuinely felt like all the talents that I've been searching for and things I've been trying to figure out were all within me. And I was trying to let everything out. I don't know if it was the fear of the unknown, the fear of turning 30 without discovering who I am. And I feel like I went through my 20s looking at people discovering themselves, people getting degrees, people, becoming. Yeah. I looked at people becoming. And I always had this question of, who am I? Where do I fit in? What am I? Like, I always question that. What is that one thing that I can do effortlessly without even trying? That one thing. And I wanted to find it that bad. I wanted to wake up in the morning knowing that this is the one thing that I was born to do. This is the one thing that I can definitely do without too much of an effort. What is it? I prayed about it. I did my voice recordings. I would literally sound like I'm on a radio station. I'd give it a name. I'd write notes and read them again and, go on and on and on about that. While I was doing that, though, after buying that sewing machine, I started sewing. And people always ask me, well, how did you know what you were doing? I didn't know what I was doing. I bought the sewing machine. Unfortunately, where I bought it, they taught me how to switch on the machine, how to switch it off. Once it's switched on, how to do this, how to do that, how to step on it, straight stitch, etc. Right? And once I got a hang of how to straight stitch, I was like, okay, cool, I want to make a dress for myself. I took one of my bodycon dresses, ripped it apart, copied it, did the very same pattern on a dress, and Bob was my uncle. That's how I started. I think my first dress took me it took me 12 hours to complete. A bodycon dress today takes me 1 hour. you know? But those little things. So when I started doing that, and I was like, hang on, I made a dress. Did I just make a dress? And then the next day I was like, I'm going to make another dress. After 12 hours, I wanted to make another dress. I'm like, let's make another dress. Oh, look at that. I can make another dress. Oh, I want to make this bodycon dress longer, and it must have a polo neck on it. And I think because sewing came so naturally that I felt I neglected everything else. I didn't pursue any other talents that I think I possess, right? I straight up went into sewing. And as I kept sewing and people started noticing and people go, can you make me something? I'm like, hold up. I sew for myself. They're like, I want that dress that you made for yourself. I'm like, hold up now. Hang 10. Let me see. As that happened, only then did I decide, okay, cool. Maybe it's not such a bad idea for me to make 100% sure that I'm going to be doing the right thing. Then I enrolled myself at Vega. A friend of mine, Daniela Oliphant, was like, Z, there's this place, man, called Vega. And as she's talking, I'm sitting on my phone, I'm Googling Vega. Because I had money saved up for a trip that I wanted to go to Thailand with a friend. And when that money came out, that friend of mine said, hey, you can miss me with this trip. I've decided I'm going to take this money and study. So now I'm like, I've got some money sitting there. What am I going to do with it? So Daniela's like, Z, you must go to Vega, man. You might enjoy it. What? I'm like, Vega? What's Vega? Go onto Google Vega, find Vega. I'm like, sewing classes, found a class. I booked and paid same time while she was talking to me. And I'm like, okay, cool, done. I've already paid for my classes. She looks at me and she goes, what? When? Like now, as we're talking. She's like, well, I'm talking to you, you're on your phone. You are busy. I'm like, yeah, it's done. And I went to Vega for 12 weeks just to get the fundamentals right, the basics, how to measure a person, when after every stage, what must you do? After this, what you must. So I did that. And that's where I got my formal, so not so formal, but formal training. I went to Vega. And at Vega, that's where I also made a good friend of mine, Inga, who also has her own business. So that's where we met and became a team, man. Love my friend. But yeah, so do you understand that a book such as The Alchemist can make such a big difference in your life? And I think this is why they say you must constantly learn. Books unlock things in you that you never thought existed. So I love reading. I'm an audiobook reader now. I don't read an actual book, but I listen to books because My hands are always busy and I never get time to chill. When I chill, I pass out. That's me. I think it's called age 30. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I do have siblings. I am the last born of 4 on my mother's side, and I'm only left with one sister. So my firstborn sister passed on in 2000 and the year 2000. Or was it 2001? I always have to do the maths. But between 2000 and 2001, she passed away. And then my third born sister died when I was 8 years old. She died in 1996. So I am the last born of the 4. So I do have one sister that is around. Yeah. And then on my father's side, I can't say how many siblings I have, but I've got many, many, many siblings. Many. Could be 20, could be more. My dad is a polygamist. So I've got many, many siblings. That's all I'm going to say. Do you have children? Yes, I do. I am a mother of 3 gorgeous babies. Lesejo is my firstborn baby. And then I've got Pamelo, who's my secondborn. And then I've got Kotso, who is my lastborn. So Lesejo is 13. And Lesejo means blessing. Pamelo is 7. Pamelo means shield, protection. Stories I'll tell you one day when I talk about their births. And Kotso is 3 years old. So yes, those are my babies. Which is your favorite sport? Hockey. I played hockey in high school. Hockey is my favorite sport through and through all the damn time. Favorite animal? What is my favorite animal? I don't know. I have to think about it. A lion, maybe. No, I think my favorite animal is an elephant. I like elephants. I like their intelligence. I like how majestic and how big they are. So I'd say an elephant, yeah. Lion is king of the jungle, sure, but I love the elephant. I feel like the elephant is the real king of the jungle, actually. Let's see. Which other question can I have? Answer. What inspires you? What inspires me on a daily basis is the desire to live a better life. Knowing where I come from, knowing what I've been through is my driver every single day. I mean, where I come from, the only option you have is success. There's no other option. There's no, I'm too lazy, I'm too tired, I'm too this, I'm too that. You have to work. So as it stands, I am a full-time employee with an 8 to 5 job to a large corporation. And yeah, and my 9 to 5 job or 8 to 5 job is also very, very demanding. I have a full business, my fashion business, Zan Black, at Zan Black Official on Instagram. Zan Black is also keeping me on my toes busy. We live in a time where you cannot be depending on just your salary. You need supplementary income somehow. And I'm a mother of 3. There's homework to be done. There's bonding to be done, you know? I'm a wife. I need to still be around my partner, bond with my partner. I am a daughter whom my mom depends on for everything. I am a friend. I am an aunt. I am a aspiring fitness bunny. Lol. I say aspiring because in my heart of hearts, guys, I'd like to be at the gym every single day. Like, I would like to be that girl there, doing the most. But I get to the gym 3 times a week. So one thing about me, you best believe, I am a health junkie. My family knows it. We eat pretty much healthy at my house. We are gluten-free, lactose-free, you name it. But I'll tell you all about that at a later stage. So I still get to gym. I still run a business. I still go to work. I I do everything in between. And people always ask me, where do you get the time? We've only got 24 hours in a day. And I make the time for the things that I feel are important to me. It's a balancing act. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Best way I can try to summarize who I am at the moment. And I'm just not feeling so great today. So, yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. I will be taking you through all these crazy aspects of my life. I will be sharing a bit of my business with you, Zan Black. I will be showing you some sewing tutorials. Sewing. I'll be showing you. There'll be sewing tutorials. There'll be fabric shopping. I'm going to try and share what I can. There'll be gym videos because that's part of my life. It's who I am. I love going to the gym with my husband. So that's me. And I will see you guys on the next one. Hope you like my video. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you would like to hear or see from me on the next video. Till next time. Bye.